Okay, back with another live stream, and let me hurry up and check my sound. Sure my mic is working and everything. Hey, down here. Okay, back with another. There I am. Okay, close the browser and chill. I'm having to check it on this machine now because my laptop can't handle running Firefox anymore. Okay, so behind me there. Let's see if this shows it any better. Yeah, maybe that's a little better. See the went blank. What do you call that thing with drawers on it? You put stuff in. File cabinet. That's a file cabinet that I've had in there for years. And on top of it, there you can see that's a towel that I put on there to keep from scratching it up. And of course up above is a shelf. I've got a bunch of stuff stacked where I store stuff, and plenty of room for the server to go in there. And here's my server where I usually keep it. Well, I've been setting it up, working on it and everything, but it gets hard on the ears. I think I've got it as quiet as I'm going to get it. It's not super bad. And when I get busy working on, on the software and everything, I kind of forget about it for an hour, a couple hours, maybe 3 or maybe 4. But then it really starts bothering me. So I've got me a can't reach it now. I've got a cameras. The cameras are, that one hadn't froze up the whole time I've been setting things up, and now it wants to freeze up. So let's get back off of it and then get back on it again. Sometimes no, yeah, there we go. Okay, so this is a what is this? 25-foot USB cable with a, they call it active. It has, I'm sure it's a buck converter to raise, make sure that the voltage stays up to 5 volts, kind of a regulator converter. If the voltage over that, what I think it's somewhere around 10 feet. They always go by meters, and I don't know meters. I'm American, and I don't want to know that junk. So it's worked for last how many? Ever since England was invented. So and they're pretty smart fellas. So it seems to me that they use metric stuff a lot now, though. I want to watch those guys' videos. Anyway, it brings the buck converter brings buck converter brings it up. Let's see, I don't believe it brings it anyway. You can bring it up or down, your voltage with electronics, but and of course you want to keep it regulated within a certain amount, is where you don't want it going too high. So hopefully it's got all that in there. But of course, some things, electronics are made pretty cheap, and maybe they just figure out the math and say, okay, this is what we need to bring it up from. Of course, it's going to fluctuate. They don't know exactly what they're going to be getting, but anyway, it's going to. It does fluctuate a lot. I know for sure because I have been watching it happen for years. I have another computer over there. Don't think I have a way to show it. The one that I used to use all the time, it has USB power even when it's not running, as long as it's plugged in. And I leave an ambient weather radio plugged into it all the time to keep it charged up. And it'll go red when it's not getting enough power. The red stays green all the time, but when it's not getting enough power, it'll go red. So sometimes it'll do it for no apparent reason, and I've had other things plugged in there too. And anyway, and then after a while it'll come back up. If I'm running the thing and I plug some other USB things in there, then it may do that. So and I've learned it over the years with my USB keyboard here. Oh, how funny! I didn't really think I'd have a reason to show my keyboard. I've just got my endoscope up there. I thought I had it plugged in just in case I needed it. But this is my old HP. My old faithful. Actually, this is my second one. Actually, I bought 2 of them within a few 6 months or a year of each other. For they were on sale. They were already old stock, new old stock for like $12. Multimedia keyboards, and they were USB 1.1. But they have 2, so it's a USB hub and a keyboard. So it's got one on either end of it. Can't see what I'm talking about. It's got one here and then one on the other end. That's not aimed or anything. I didn't think I'd use it, but anyway. It also came with a little brick power supply that, my KVM switch it's plugged into my KVM switch. And so once I started doing that, I would always get problems with some things saying not enough voltage, when you plug them in, like a USB stick and stuff like that. And but if I have that, going through my KVM switch to then onto the computer through the KVM cable. So let's get off of this. This is one of the cables right here. I don't know why I'm going into all that, but this is how I'm going. Anyway, going through the KVM. So you can see that that's getting pretty far. This one's about 4 or 5 foot long, and can't see in the camera for some reason. It's a VGA and a USB, and this is what I use to connect to all my computers. Well, this one, that long one that I bought, will plug in to here, and I've already tried it out and it works great. I don't, this active cable keeps that voltage, because that's a big problem I've seen people read over the years. I already knew this for several years now, because I was considering, using longer cables. Sorry, the camera's moving. If I won't bang the table or anything, the way I've got that thing hooked up, it's in a different. See, you notice I've got it up real high so you could see that server and all that. Whenever I just didn't know what angle I might want, but it's got my mount. What I'm holding it up to aim it up with is it's kind of, I guess you'd call it a double twist tie, but it's the kind you just fold the ends around a coffee bag. I just peel them off the coffee bag and keep them because they're pretty sturdy and they work for a lot of different things. So it's my adjustable mount for my camera, part of it. So anyway, going from that KVM cable, I could have bought one, that would just go straight into KVM, and I almost did that, and then I got to thinking about it. Well, heck, I might want to use that. I might want to I can unplug it and plug it right into a computer to see if I want to work on one over here on my workbench. I can do that. So I was like, yeah, that's all right. And that one, I saw a bunch of them the same. They had different, they have different brand names, all come from China. And I found one on, I started out looking on Amazon just out of habit, and then I started looking on Google Shopping, and it showed me one on Walmart, and I shop there all the time, get groceries and stuff, and usually their electronics are higher than Amazon, and I just kind of don't think about going there too often, but cables and stuff, I mean, some of their, more expensive electronics, they put them on pretty cheap sometimes, but, laptops or whatever. Shaking the desk again. So anyway, $7.95, something like that, $8 free shipping. Might have been some tax. I think there probably was. And also Walmart ships most stuff in a couple of days. They're actually faster than Amazon now most of the time. So Walmart, $8. They were 20, 25 and up. Some of those crazy sellers that try to get ridiculous prices for stuff, but the same product. I did see in the reviews, they actually had a good amount of reviews on this one on Walmart, which is Walmart, you're lucky to see 3 to 10 reviews is a lot on Walmart. I think it had 15 or more. Anyway, so I think a few people said that worked fine for keyboards and stuff, but didn't work good for like USB sticks and stuff. But all I want it for is the keyboard. Of course, I do have a USB on here, but I probably won't try to do that because it's only USB 1.1. But I have a keyboard on this. I have a USB on this keyboard, but it's 1.1. And the server's 2.2, and all the stuff. I don't even have anything that's 3. I do. I have a few devices that would work on USB 3, but I don't have a computer that has USB 3 inputs. If I ever need it, I can always get a card, So once I build this server, I just started saying I'm working on my server. Well, if you've never seen any of my other videos, and it's what it is a Hewlett-Packard HP ProLiant DL380 G7. I've got an 8 gigabyte video card in it now, and I've only got one Raja card that came with it. I got it for just under $300 delivered. I paid ship, but it was $2 something with $30 shipping or something at the time, and of course later on I saw it same price or a little less for free shipping. They just always change around how they do it. But and it's 2 6-core processors with hyperthreading. It's 24 cores, usable cores, and 64 gig of RAM. It's really cool. Really going to be cool. What I'm going to do is set it up as I've already put Fedora 32 on it. Fedora Linux. I'm a Linux guy. That's what I've been using since 2005, and I have a web server. My website and a web server running. I have for years, and I usually use old desktops, but the last couple of years I've been using old laptops, just because my old desktops, the fans got loud, and I didn't want to spend money on fans. And they do make more heat than the laptops, but I really like the desktops better because when your power goes out and comes back on, they boot right back up. And the laptops can't do that. They don't put that in the BIOS. And it's hard on the laptops. I ruined the battery in one. I mean, it was an old battery anyway, but I ran it until it. Now it was hard. It doesn't want to boot up, and then when you do get it running, if the power goes out, then it won't boot. It won't even when you come back to boot it back up, it doesn't want to boot back up. This one has did have a new battery in it. I've been using. I didn't plan on using it for very long, but it's already been. I don't know, 6 months, a year. I don't even know. So I'm going on jabbering, and I'm in a hurry in my head to get. I've been working for hours. You can see all the junk on the bed there. I've been washing clothes. I had a power strip that had about a 6 or 8 foot, probably an 8 foot cable on it, and it reaches to the closet. So got it. You can't see it in that shot. I think you might be able to see it in camera 1 actually. Yeah, now you can see it down there. If I put my arm down, you can see it. That white thing sitting on top of those old cups. That's my old. Actually, one of them's brand new in the bag, waiting for this one to wear out. But then there's a couple of old ones. I don't want to throw them away. I might want to use them for, well, like if you were going somewhere on a trip or something. They keep water cool for hours and hours, so like 10 hours. So, but if you put ice in there, it would. I don't use ice anymore because I search my teeth. But anyway, even though the only thing wrong with them, the handle's broken. Well, one of them might have a broken lid, the little flip up. Broken back here, where it doesn't stay on good. Anyway, but they're called Bubba Kegs. I went to that website not too long ago, and it wasn't working. I don't know if they went out of business or what. Well, you see them, the Chinese started ripping them off, making them and calling them the exact same thing. They looked identical. I bought one without realizing it, and it didn't last as long. Then I figured it out, and I started buying them straight off their website because they put them on sale once in a while, and they were, you weren't really saving any money, nothing to worry about. Then I got this one. I did get this one on Amazon, and I think it's the real thing. There's a little telltale sign. Anyway, it was $4, and the thing was it had bad reviews because the handles were falling off because they got screws that hold them together. Why am I talking about cups? Anyway, they were out of them for a while, and then they got them back in stock, and I thought, I bet this stock will have that problem fixed. They were still, wouldn't you know it? I've been in dust all the last several hours. Can't reach my, there. It wasn't because I couldn't reach it. It wasn't where it fell over. My cough dropped. It's driving me crazy. All right, I'll have to take a cough drop. Now, let me get my brain in gear. I don't know why I'm just talking about stuff. I do that when I'm tired. I notice when I'm really, really tired and I think I'm going to quit my video, that's when I really start telling stories. So I'm starting a video out tired. So I better get to work. Yeah. Okay, so first, I'm going to go over here to camera 2, I think. Yeah, I don't think it'll help to have, let's see what 1 and 2 would be. It'd be the whole area, but yeah, let's do that. Oh, I have to switch mics. so I can move. Oh, I have to switch mics so I can move around. Get on the lapel mic. Okay, now, of course, that makes me think, okay, I better check my live stream. Oh, but every bump I make's going to shake that other camera. Maybe I won't. I should have worked. I didn't want to spend more time trying to stop that thing from vibrating since I really didn't expect to use it very long. And I'm opening up Firefox and checking my live stream. Usually I just show that, but I'm afraid that me being tired, I'm going to end up forgetting to put stuff back like it belongs for the video, so I think I won't do that this time. And takes so much longer to do it this way. I was thinking when I opened it up, it would go right back to that page. It only does that if you crash the browser. And I got this whole new live stream thing, but I figured out there's a tiny little place at the bottom left where you can go back to the old way, and so that you can see your live stream and whether or not it's live stream thing. But the only way I figured out, there's a tiny little place at the bottom. Okay, it's working just fine. I figured out, I've depended on that ever since I started live streaming, ever since they started it. I started right after they started doing it. And they, anyway, it's all, they have this completely different deal. You can't see the live stream. I guess you could, I'm sure you could. They have a preview there. You could see it if you started by going through their wizard. Well, I don't want to do that. I've got my OBS studio set up. I click start streaming and I start streaming, you know. It'd be ridiculous. I hope they don't stop this from working. I think maybe they won't. But it doesn't show your live stream when you started with OBS Studios. So I was having to go to my channel and you know, wait for it to come up on there to check it. So I think I will just, I'm not going to get off camera one because I know I'm going to be over there kind of behind the rack, computer rack. Okay, first thing I got to do is get notes so that I remember what to do and what order to do it in, what I thought would be best. I want to check the AC cords before I go any further. And I didn't get them out yet because I just thought I wouldn't. They're already, I mean, they're easy to get, but they're, I've got my AC cords and my Ethernet cables just right under the bed, and I just grab them with my analog remote. That's behind, isn't it? I think it keeps doing that. One minute it's messed up, next minute it's perfect. Let me see if I go off of it and go back on it, it'll get better again. I could bring camera 4. Yeah, let's get on camera 4, and I had it all aimed just right, and I kind of wanted to leave it until I got over that way, but I got lots of things to do here close, so I'm going to aim camera 4 down on this server until I get I wonder if it's the computer or OBS Studio giving me trouble. It doesn't look like it. That one's frozen up. I wonder if I accidentally bumped the cable or something when I did that. Completely frozen.
There's only way I can fix that. I probably have to close OBS. If I have to do that, I have to stop the stream. Let's see if I can. Sometimes you might. I don't think with a USB I can fix it. So camera 2. Okay, now it's back to normal. Yeah, I won't do 1 and 2 because that's probably what caused the delay. Too much data. I used to do that for a good long time, an hour or two before I'd have any trouble. But I have I have 2 security cameras now running all the time, and they're using up bandwidth on my network. And I got another router. I think I'm gonna, if I can't get to it, I'm gonna put them on that, you know, and then it can just do all that work, and then plug it into switch, and everything's gigabit, so it's surprisingly easy to overwork routers, but I don't so much stuff in my way. These cables, yeah, they seem to be long enough, and I know they work good. They're not any with loose connectors in them or anything. Oh, that hurt. That basket of clothes hurts. Anyway, getting that out, I knew wouldn't be too big a deal. And I think they'll, well, at least, I don't want to go through this whole video with my camera 4 not working. I can't believe it. It is frozen. Okay, well, I'm going to get on camera 1 so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on. It acted up earlier. I don't remember what it did now. Okay, let's see. Only thing I can imagine is whenever I was trying to move it, I usually don't move it, I guess, yeah. You know, you can wiggle that USB plugged into the back of the camera. I have it put on a rubber band tied to the handle on the tripod to keep bad things like that from happening, but I did grab the cable on accident. So I may have done it. Okay. Well, of course, it looked at the preview. The camera itself was fine. You know, it wasn't frozen up. The preview on the camera was fine, but in OBS it was not working. Yeah, that's what I figured. So let me go ahead and back on camera 1 again. I can show you. I can just show this. Aggravates me, but I can show and check. It's going to be way back in the back. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that'll work. With those plugged into the back left side of the server, this will reach. I can set this up like this. Yeah. That's what I'll end up doing. And but I'm not going to do that first anyway. So let's see, where do I want to put them while I guess I'll set them out of the way while I'm getting everything else ready. Okay, now man, yeah, that's why I didn't start the video until all that other stuff I had to do to run that power strip through there. Well, it wouldn't have been interesting anyway, but I figured it might be a little bit interesting how, you know, setting this part up. But what am I gonna do? I need to get the camera to work. I think all I'll have to do is close OBS and open it back up. But the thing is, this has already happened once. What did it do? Was it frozen or? No, it wasn't frozen. It was black. It wasn't seeing it at all. So hopefully I'll just close, I'll have to stop this stream, close OBS, because if I just close OBS, of course I'll lose my stream, and then start another one. Okay. And AC cords are ready. The sound card. I've got some pretty old sound cards, but they're, you know, I got like a Sound Blaster, stuff that used to be really good. And I don't need, what I need is just a decent stereo sound card so that I can play my music, because I run a stereo system. I don't run, you know, surround sound or anything. And of course I need a good mic input. I do have a couple of USB sound cards, but they're mono mic inputs. They tend to be noisy. I think they'll probably be noisy on the server too. They've been, last time I plugged them into this machine, it's so noisy I couldn't use it, the mic input. So they'll be my fallback, but I'm going to look. I haven't dug around yet, and I actually have one. I have one that's really a. Well, I'll go into that later, but it's in one of my other machines. All right, so I'm going to go now and come back. I'm gonna get